How to assign a Python function's return value to a variable. Imagine you have a magic box that gives you a result every time you ask it a question. In Python, functions are like that magic box. When you ask a function to do something, it can give you back a result. The key is how you catch that result and store it for later use. That's what assigning a return value to a variable is all about. It's like writing down the answer you get so you can use it later in your program. Let's say you have a function that multiplies a number by 5. You write the function like this. You start with the word def, which means define, then give your function a name. Inside, you tell it what to do, and at the end, you use the return statement to send back the answer. For example, you might write, def multiply by 5, x. Return 5 times x here. Whatever number you put in, the function will multiply it by 5 and send back the result. Now, to catch that answer, you call the function and use the equal sign to assign its output to a variable. Like this, result equals multiply by 5 and in parentheses, the number you want to multiply. So, if you write result equals multiply by 5 3, the variable result now holds the value 15. You can print it out or use it in other calculations. When you print result, it shows 15 because that's what the function returned. It's important to remember that the return statement can send back any kind of data. It could be a number, a word, a list, or even multiple values packed together. For example, if you have a function that gives you two numbers, you can assign those to two variables at once. You write x, y equals get coordinates. The function returns two values, and you store each one in its own variable. Using return values and assigning them to variables makes your code cleaner and more organized. It allows you to reuse the output of functions without rewriting the same code. If a function doesn't have a return statement, it automatically returns a special value called none, which means nothing. So, always remember to include return if you want your function to give back something useful. You can also use return values directly in calculations. For example, if you have an add function that adds two numbers and returns the sum, you can immediately add 3 to that sum by writing sum equals add for and 7, then print sum plus 3. This way, you're combining the result of the function with other operations seamlessly. In summary, assigning a function's return value to a variable is a simple but powerful step in Python programming. It lets you keep the results of your functions handy and use them wherever you need. Whether you're working with numbers, words, or multiple pieces of data, this technique helps you build more flexible and organized programs. Remember, whenever you want to save what a function gives back, just use the equal sign and a variable name. That's the secret to making your code smarter and more efficient.